Hello guys, welcome to my end of June garden tour. Starting out with this little rose that I had transplanted from the front yard, and it was looking very sad when I transplanted it, but it's now flowering and it's doing pretty good, and the Japanese beetles haven't really found it. I just saw one on it, so they may get it now, but at least I got some pretty blooms off of it. And then right here looks like I have a sunflower coming up, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. I didn't plant it, but I will take it. So let's go around and do just a quick tour, I think, of the vegetable garden. There's the puppies. So right here is where I've got some tomatoes. On the left is my spoon tomato, and this is the miniature tomato plant. And as you can see, I do have some little tiny mini tomatoes, but this plant is really kind of a pain in the butt, and it looks a little diseased to me. It's always been a pain in the butt. Like, I had a lot of trouble with it as a seedling, and it's not really putting on that many tomatoes, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and just pull this one out and just maybe plant something else, or maybe just give more space to the ground cherry. And so this has been my little ground cherry experiment, where I'm trying to train the ground cherry up the tomato cage. So far so good. I just kind of push the leaves up into the trellis like this, and then they grow up. This has been a little determinate tomato that I wanted to see how big it would get in the ground, and it's doing pretty good. It is put on more fruit than it had last year when I had it in a pot, but I actually think the fruit doesn't taste quite as good, so don't know if that will improve with a little bit more time. We will see. Here, I'll just step back so you can see my zinnia patch. And so in the back of this, I've got zinnias, the back half of this bed, and there's some mixed colored ones and some whites. So that's been really fun, because I can't really reach the back of this bed easily to, prune vegetables or tend to vegetables. So I decided to kind of split the bed in half. Up front, I've got my peppers, and this is a mini bell pepper, and I want to show you, I'm starting to get color back here. I don't know if I can get it to focus. Maybe not. But there's a little orange bell pepper in the back there, and so this is kind of how that looks. And this was a mixed package, and so this one has like a brown colored. So I'm not too excited about brown, so I'm probably gonna end up picking this plant while they're green. I mean, I don't know, maybe the brown will taste better. Then over here, I've got the my three Nata Peno plants, and they're putting on a good amount of fruit. I've only picked one so far, but I'm getting good crop, and I think I can start to pick more. And so there's 3 plants in there. I know it's probably hard to tell. And then let me just zoom out. Here is the 3 cherry tomatoes. On the left is the blue cream cherry tomato, middle sweet, super sweet 100, and on the right is the blueberries cherry tomato. And so I'm trying to figure out when these are ripe to pick, and I think the blue cream, I'm looking for more of a creamy color, and I think that's when I'm picking those. Don't know if I have even any that are really creamy. Like this, I guess, would be the closest. And they're seeming to be sweet. So if you guys have experience, tell me if I'm right or wrong. And then this is the blue berries cherry tomato, and these seem to want to more ripen towards a red color. So again, let me know if that's the right ripeness that I should be looking for, or the right color for ripeness. Over here, I'm gonna back up just so you can actually see how much my cucumbers have recovered. Now they are just starting to take on powdery mildew, so I just tried to treat that. But that's an inevitability here. And we've had a bunch of rain the last week. And so, yeah, it's just kind of come on strong. But in here, I definitely have some cucumbers. I don't even know what variety those are, because these were some of the ones that I planted as a backup when I wasn't sure if the ones that I grew from seed were gonna make it. But actually, all of them seem to be doing okay, and definitely they are now putting on growth. And I don't know why they stunted. I don't know if it was cold weather or what, but they seem to come out of it with some liquid fertilizer, which is a reminder I really need to fertilize everything. And then over here in this bed is going to be my zucchinis, and I am training these up just a tomato cage really, and that kind of helps me keep them a little bit more organized. And so I've been getting a lot off of this one, which is a striped zucchini. This one was one that is just a generic, I don't know, zucchini, but it's only given me 2 most of the year, so not as prolific, but you know, that's just how it goes some years, right? I wanted to show you over here that I'm still working on dahlias. So these, no buds yet on these dahlias. Down here is my lemon tree, and I just wanted to show you just how many lemons it has put on. It's just gobs and gobs of new lemons. Here's a lemon, and here's a lemon, and there's 3 more lemons over here. I actually cut off some lemons because there were just, I felt like probably too many. So this is doing really well right now. Over here is my fig tree. I don't know when figs are ripe. I don't know how to tell, but I definitely have some figs on here. So that's doing wow. And then over here is all that is left of my sad peach tree. It was like up to here. It was pretty tall, but yeah, it just basically all died back in the incident. So we'll see if I keep nursing it along, but this branch is definitely healthy. Some more zinnias that haven't budded up here, but then down here I have a very beautiful dahlia. Here is a beautiful dahlia that has started to bloom, and I think this one is called Pure Happiness. So, and I've gotten a couple blooms that I've cut, and there's a couple more buds. So that one seems to be ahead of the other variety, which all the other ones are the same variety. I don't remember. Let's see if I can look it up. It's the Moonlight. The other dahlias are Moonlight. So here is a cherry tomato. I think this is probably gonna be the blueberries, but it might be the blue cream. No, I think it's the blue cream. I didn't know what this was. I lost the label, so I grew it anyway, but that looks like that's turning more to the blue cream cherry tomato. So I'll back up here. Here we are with the big tomatoes. They are doing so, not putting on a ton of fruit, but I think I have at least a piece of fruit on each of the tomatoes. And so we've got the Berkeley tie-dye. on the left. The mushroom basket, which I grew last year, in the middle. And then I don't even know that I remember what this one is. The orange accordion, and you can see some of those there. So, you know, it's just hard to tell what's going to happen with these, so we'll just let them go and see what happens. Now over here, this massive collage is two melons. One is the Sugar Baby watermelon. I haven't seen any watermelons on it yet. And the other is the Minnesota Midget melon, and it is going crazy this year. So I've got fruit all over it, probably 10 fruit, and they're bigger than, let's see if I can show you, bigger than I've ever really had. It's like, you know, mine have been much smaller than this before. So I'm excited about that. I need to figure out how to kind of keep them from falling off. But yeah, you can even, I don't know if you can see another one right there. And yes, I've seen at least probably 10, and I think I got like 5 or 6 last year. So this is definitely a bumper crop year for that. I've planted some beans right here, bush beans. I have no idea if they're gonna just get totally squashed out by the melons, but we will see. And then down here, I tried to plant some carrots, and only 2 came up. And yeah, now they're getting squashed out. But they're getting, you know, shaded out by the melons as well. So we'll see what happens. Basil is doing fairly well. I've had Japanese beetles, and there's one guy right there. But I actually did a treatment with pyrethrin, and that actually knocked off all of the Japanese beetles for a couple weeks. So this guy has got to go. Let's see if I can like squish him maybe or something. Kill him. Get him squished so he doesn't call his family, although who knows. I'm gonna throw the evidence over the fence. Anyway, I'm maybe not doing a good job videoing here. So actually I think I can do a harvest now for some pesto, because this is really looking pretty good. And then we've got still more herbs, and all of these are doing, you know, pretty well. The rosemary is not doing great, but I don't use rosemary that much, so that's all good. And then, you know, you've got stuff just going to seed at this point. I believe a lot of this is the cilantro. And you can kind of see it starting to seed up with the bigger cilantro or coriander seeds. So yeah, overall, something's doing well, something's not doing so well. Just trying to fight the weeds, because this recent spell of wetness is just working against me. And like out here, I'm just losing the battle to the weeds. There's just weeds coming up, millions of them, and so, you know, we'll kind of see what happens from here. But I just wanted to show you kind of the tomatoes starting to peep over the fence, and the cherry tomatoes down there, I'll probably let them grow down the fence as well. Let's see, here's my grass. So mostly keeping it alive. A little bit of brownness right here. I think the sprinkler is just not hitting that space so well. A little peek at the boxwoods, and also we're just starting to peter out on the hydrangeas. They're starting to go green. They go green after they're white, and white is when they're mostly in bloom. And then just a quick snapshot of the front. we've got some of the old plants kind of coming up, the Russian sage that I need to go pull out, and I've got my like Willy Wonka peach tree, just a funny shaped peach tree. We've got the Rudbeckia that is now in bloom. And then over here I've got some lavender that's starting to go into bloom again. You can see some of the purple, so that's coming back. We have finally got the butterfly bush coming into bloom, and this is the normal time of year, but I always think it's kind of late. And then we actually have my lilac that is putting on, I'm gonna go really close, it's putting up a couple of reblooms. So this is a reblooming lilac. Let's see if I can get it there. Maybe I can't really focus it, but there's gonna be my rebloomed lilac bloom. So that's kind of special. And that plant, I moved it, and so we're still just kind of waiting for it to take off, but I see it's putting on some new growth, and so I'll take that as a good sign. And then these were some annual sunflowers from Proven Winners that I planted, and they're doing all right. I just, you know, everything struggles up here with the soil, and so, you know, even like annuals, it's like hit or miss, and perennials, it takes them a long time to really hit. And then let's see, one more thing. We've got kind of some baskets that are in different shape. They're not all good, but I planted this dahlia from the store. It had already bloomed once, or it had a bloom on it when I bought it, whereas the others I started from tubers. But this is a really pretty dahlia, so I just thought I would end with that. So thanks so much. I tried to make it short, but instead I think I just talked really fast. So see you guys later. Bye.